We are talking about judicial clerkships and judicial externships. And it doesn't matter if you are about to start law school, you're in law school, or you're going to be applying. All of you should really think in the back of your head about these opportunities, especially if you identify as a diverse student, however you identify, because there are not enough diverse students who are doing these clerkships. So that's why we're having this. Let's start with what is a clerkship and what is an externship? And I'll have Andrea. Can you explain the difference?
Yes, absolutely. And Cindy, thank you for having me tonight. Hello, everyone. So in the quickest nutshell, I can kind of summarize this in a judicial clerkship is a position usually for a 1-year term or a two-year term, and it happens after you graduate. A lot of students do it immediately following graduation, meaning you start the fall after you graduate from law school. Some students or alums will wait a couple of years and go and practice for 2, 3, 4 years and then do their first clerkship. So it kind of depends from student to student what your situation is and what you're looking for. But that is what a judicial clerkship is, as opposed to a judicial externship, which is a semester-long position with a judge. You can do it during your summer, either your first summer or your second summer in law school, or you can do it during the fall or spring semesters. But it doesn't attach to a position after graduation. It's just it's kind of like a summer job or a semester job, and you get the experience of being in chambers with a judge and working with law clerks like we have in the webinar today. And I mean, both of them are fantastic experience. You know, doing an externship, in my opinion, is a great way of kind of assessing whether you would want to do a clerkship after you graduated. And even if you decide you don't want to do a clerkship afterwards, I think I tell a lot of my 1Ls that working in chambers with a federal judge your first summer is a great way to get exposed to lots of different areas of law, getting a chance to review lots of research and writing that other attorneys have done, and really kind of getting into the inner workings of how the judiciary works and what it means to be a trial attorney.
So you mentioned that a summer externship, or I guess they're called externships, right?
Yeah, they're called externships because you can get externship or academic credit for the work that you're doing.
Okay. Now, could that lead possibly to a post-grad clerkship?
It depends on the judge. And I'm probably going to say that a lot tonight. Federal judges are kind of all over the place in terms of what their policies are. It depends. Some judges do hire their former externs, and some judges have a policy of not hiring any of their previous externs because they don't want to cultivate it's that kind of a culture of competition when students are working in their chambers as students or externs. So yeah, I mean, it just depends on the judge. Sometimes it can, but I do think having the externship experience on your resume does help with applications for clerkships afterwards.
Right, that's what I meant. I didn't mean necessarily that that judge that you clerked for in the summer is going to hire you. What I meant is, I would imagine if a federal judge gets a resume and they see that an applicant has already clerked, that's going to help.
It's going to help. Yeah, absolutely. You've been vetted by a judge. You work for a judge for a summer or a semester. Definitely it carries with that the experience that you would want to see in preparation for a clerkship.